And good evening to all the friends, followers and channel members. Wow, so many channel members here tonight. That is wonderful. So big hello to each of you guys. Who have we got in the chat? We've got Leonard, good evening, Captain 79, Chewy, Jazz Maxwell, Wayne, Eastbirds. I'm going to leave someone out, I just know I am. Digital, Clemo, Dark, and of course a big welcome to HD, who's along for the ride. PM as always. We're in Pristina, obviously. It's not live time, but it is live weather. I thought we'd do a daytime stream again. And yeah, we're off out west. We're off to Naples this evening. I say this evening, obviously it's not evening in the simulator, but looking forward to that. Slightly later stream than planned, as we had an issue with someone spawning in on top of me in VATSIM. If that was you and you're watching, please don't do that again. It's very frustrating, particularly then when you have to restart the simulator to get live weather working again, which is an absolute pain in the you-know-what. Anyway, we're here, and there's plenty of us all flying as well this evening, so looking forward to a great flight. Of course, channel members, if you want to get yourselves up and running and out there and onto Naples before me, please feel free. We know we do things perhaps slightly slower than you guys, as we're streaming and explaining what we're doing at the same time as well. HD's got the ruler at the ready. that bodes well. And welcome to everyone that's watching as well on Twitch and Facebook. Facebook is slowly growing for us, so I need to keep hold of, keep monitoring the chat there as well as on Facebook. So we've got ATC up as well tonight. I think yeah, we've got ATC running. So that was that is good. Yeah, Chumi, I don't think it was any of our groups, so I know our group would never do anything like that. So we got information Charlie from ATIS QNH 1009 runway 7. Runway 17 is in use. So looking forward to getting out of here then, isn't it? So let's hop on board. There we go. That buzzing in my ear from whatever aircraft that is, just taxiing through a CRJ by the looks of things. Digital, did I see that you're flying the CRJ today? Do you know what? I was working earlier and I had it on in the background, a little bit of practice. Those strobe effects look rather bright. I thought he was flashing his landing lights at first. Very bright indeed. Oh, let's get the fly pad turned on then. So we've got the airfield ATIS, and we can go ahead of switching a few things on. So, battery 1, battery 2, and we'll call our external power, the ground power unit. Here he comes. And whilst I'm just waiting for that, let's also get the username into the FlyPad. Easyjetsimpilot, check that's spelt all correctly, there we go. And information from SimBrief. So let's have a closer look at the weather then. So 170 at 5, so straight on headwind for departure. That QNH is actually now showing 1010, so I may need to recheck that ATIS. Scatter clouds 5,000, broken 9,000, that's alright. And then what have we got when we're landing? So, quite cloudy coming down, 7 kilometers visibility, broken 7,000, overcast 2,400. So it could be quite cloudy approach, but that's okay. Don't mind that. It is an ILS approach that we currently have planned. So that ground power unit's now there. Let's get the external power connected up. There it is. Crew oxygen supply, ideas 1, 2 and 3, nav lights, and no smoking signs, and those armed. Let's check this fuel then. So cloud layers over Naples, that's not going to really be a problem to us with regards to our landing capabilities. That should be fine. So the fuel, we've got 6 tons of fuel. The plan block 5.9, but 6 tons. So if we now go to that and defuel around 6 tons, a little bit more than that. There we go. And time about 5 minutes. So defueling is underway. Let's check. Have we got self-loading cargo running? Oh no, we haven't. 1 second. Oh, I love how fast this thing fires up now. We've got that extra RAM in. No longer are we waiting around for stuff. Okay, that's good. So passengers can now start to come on board. Let's just check that those settings are all set up, and they appear to be. Great stuff. Okay, let's just start that flight. And here we go. A little bit of background music. I'm sure we're all familiar with the self-loading cargo loading music by now, aren't we? So we're ready for boarding, and we'll get the doors open.
Cabin crew, we're all happy with how things are up here, so you can now open the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
Okay, doors open, passengers are coming on board. Alright, so let's do the engine fire test. Engine 1, engine 2, and of course the APU. Happy with all of that. Right, so the center panel. I'm just going to double check that ATIS again, make sure we've got correct ATIS. So we've now got information Delta, which is QNH 1010. Good to know that the simulator updates that in real time as well. So now we've got that. Let's come down and set that up on the standby 1010, and skid is on. Let's come down to the pedestal then and check everything is where it should be. Starting with the audio control panel, and yeah, the guard frequency is still there. We're tuned to Unicom at the moment, and we're going to be contacting the tower for our departure clearance, which is 12012. 120 and 12. Oops, missed it. There we go. That's all set for us to transfer over to when we are ready. Switching panel is fine. Thrust levers at idle. Engine masters are off. Engine mode select norm. Parking brake is on. Transponder is well, it's in standby. Should be 2,000, not 7,000, but we'll forgive FlyByWire for that. I think it's 7,000, isn't it? That in the USA. Radio management panel is all fine. So up to the glare shield then. 1010, the QNH. Flight directors 1 and 2 on. And let's come down and put the screens on. We'll turn them up to full brightness for the daytime. Upper ECAM, lower ECAM, and first officers displays are off. How about some, have we got any luggage or catering today? I'm not sure if we have. I don't think we have today. There's not very much here, is there, at Pristina? I don't think there's a modded airport for this just yet, but quite a nice little airport and a great fun approach. Anna, so all of the announcements you hear are from self-loading cargo. A little mod that you can use, or an add-on really, that you can purchase. Not very expensive either, so go ahead, Google that, and it is well worth it. Okay, everything looking good there. Air alignment in 3 minutes. Refueling still underway. Ecam systems check. Everything is normal. So, oh, what was that? Let's get our information from SimBrief. Now, I've actually amended our flight plan just a little bit, and HD knows why. Let's get this pulled in. So there we go. Flight number, estimated time en route, 1 hour 13 minutes. So let's go to the data page and aircraft status, the LEAP, Neo engines, active AIRAC cycle. All is fine with that. So, init A. Pull that through. Alright, so the alternate for this flight, let's have a quick look, is, oh, hang on. Zoom in a bit. Rome, Lima, India, Romeo, Fox. So let's pop that in. Lima, India, Romeo, Fox. Should we need to divert? Flight number today, of course, is the usual Easy34 Alpha Mike, because this is not a real-world route. Well, not at the moment. It might have been in the past. Cost index of 8, of course. And flight level 380, minus 55 the temperature. That's showing minus 52. Let's just update that. There we go. And the tropopause is 36066. 3606. Actually, that's very close. It's going to round it down anyway, I think, in the simulator, so we can leave that as is. Richard on Facebook, thank you very much. Glad you enjoy them. Hope we can provide you with a nice flight and some entertainment this evening. Okay, so init A page looks good. So the flight plan then, as it's been pulled in. So we can see here we've got SAREX. We've actually adjusted this and we filed this differently with VATSIM. So we're leaving Gosti in. I'm now just going to clear SAREX out of there and insert. And we're not going direct to Gosti, but if I just bring in this here, we're actually going direct to Aksan or Zaksan, however you pronounce that first. So in order to do that, we just want to type that in. So XAXAN. Pop that waypoint in and insert. I don't think we're going to be at flight level 380 by the time we get there, so that's not quite right. I think we actually need to be above flight level 10 by the time we get there. Actually, above flight level 10 sooner than that. We're not going to be flying. Tell you what, let's just pop in. Can we actually go in and enter that? Yeah, because I don't want it to try and meet that constraint. So if we just put in flight level, call it flight level 120 there, that'll do. So I'm just manipulating the data there a little bit. That's better. I don't think we're going to be at flight level 380 by Gosti, but anyway, that's fine. So our flight plan. Let me get hold of air traffic control and see what they want us to do now that we've got that little rerouting put in there. So frequency is already on. Let's contact them.
Under 320 at stand 6 with information Delta request.
There may be a queue. We may have a queue.
Contact 320, hello, Pristina Tower. Clear dive far to Naples via SAREX 1 Alpha departure runway 17. Climb initially flight level 120, scope 5315.
That will be the same departure for us then, the Axon 1 Alpha, so I'm going to go ahead and pop that in, save us a bit of time.
Cleared to Naples via the SAREX 1 Alpha runway 17 departure.
Oh, he's going via the SAREX. Oh, okay.
5310 for Lufthansa 320.
Well, we'll pop this in. I'm going to guess that that's what he's going to give us.
Affirm, initial climb to 120.
Requesting pushback and startup.
We can put the arrival in anyway. Amzor 1 Victor for runway 24.
A854, stand 2 is self-maneuver.
ILS
Repeat for that, for Easyjet
24 Zulu is the normal one that we use. ILS 24 Zulu. And was it the Amzor 1 Victor? We'll just double check that. Amzor 1 Victor is correct. Amzor 1 Victor. And is that going to be via Bento or POM? Let's find out, shall we? Amzor 1 Victor for ILS runway 24 Zulu approach. And that is via Bento. Is it going to be Vento or POM? Let me just double check. I believe that's going to take us in via Bento, so we'll pop that in, check that's coded correctly. Bento and insert. And if IRS alignment has finished, we'll have a quick look on the map and see how that looks. So if I bring this out, then you guys can see as well. See how this looks. Let's just scroll. In fact, if you scroll backwards, it takes you there. That looks spot on to me. That's what I was hoping to see. So, happy with that. Close that back down. Go back to arc mode. Turn the constraints on. Okay, so let's contact ATC. Pristina Tower, good evening. Easy34 Alpha Mike is at stand 2. Type A320 Neo requesting IFR clearance as far to Naples, and we have information Delta.
A334 Alpha Mike, hello, Pristina Tower. Clear the FR to clear the FR to Naples by Sarah 1 Alpha departure runway 17. Climb initial 120,
Easy34 Alpha Mike, is it possible to repeat? The volume of the transmission was very low.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, clear the FR to Naples by Sarah 1 Alpha departure runway 17. Climb initial flight level 120, talk 5313.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, cleared runway 17 via the Sarex 1 Alpha departure, squawk 5338, and please repeat the initial climb. Again, the volume is very low.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, negative 6 Saxon, big X-ray Alpha, X-ray Alpha.
Oh, good.
November,
Glad about that.
1 Alpha departure, and climb initial flight level 120.
Cleared via the Zaxan 1 Alpha departure, squawk 5338, initial climb, flight level 120 for Easy34 Alpha Mike.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, clearance code.
Don't know how that came across in the stream, but suddenly his volume was very, very quiet. I couldn't discern between Zaxan and Sarex then, but we've got the correct one selected, which we're glad about. Did wonder how he was going to change that, considering our first waypoint is now Zaxan, so that is correct. Alright, the initial climb is flight level 120, so let's get that set and pop that into manage, pop that into nav. That's all done. So, with the flight plan happy and confirmed, let's go to the RadNav page.
Pristina Tower, Lufthansa 320, request push and start.
And we're going to put the Pristina VOR in there, Papa Romeo Tango. 1 mile away. Check the frequency 113.3, that's correct, and the reason we're using that is because once we're 4 miles away, sorry, ignore that, that's the wrong departure. After departure we then track 150 and we just want to be above 10,000 feet by the time we're 21.5 miles away, which that should be fine. They shouldn't have any problem doing that. So that's okay. But always good to have the VOR on there. Init B page, let's check our fuel. So then we are zero fuel weight is 59.6. We haven't loaded the passenger weights on board yet, we need to go back and do that. 59.6, let's put that in. And centre of gravity will be 26.9 as it is by default. And trip wind is a headwind of 54. Flipping heck. 54. I suppose that's quite low, but that's for a short haul flight. That's going to have a bit of an impact. And fuel planning then about 6 tons. Let's see what the aircraft suggests. 4.6 and we're taking 6 tons. Let's double check what we've got preloaded on. Is refueling now finished as well? Yeah, looks like it. So that's fine. Let's confirm 6.0. Pop that in. So HD, your takeoff weight is 56.1. 56.1. Right, let's close the fueling panel down, check that's all completed and done. Refueling is completed. Let's start the APUs then. Fuel pumps. HDE clears to the Zaxan. Definitely the Zaxan and not the Sierra Alpha. So the X-Ray Alpha November departure. And now I'm just going to go to the do menu and actually put our passenger weights in, as we've not done that yet. AOC, performance weights and balance, ignore the fuel, that's all done. And check 179 passengers, 59.6, that was correct, and zero fuel weight is 26.9 for the centre of gravity. Just going to double check that, yeah, 26.9. And the payload of 18616, which I'm sure is correct. 18616, yeah. Okay, good. So the takeoff performance figures coming from HD in a moment. Transition altitude is 6500. Noise abatement 2, departure, airport elevation 1794, 2790, that's fine. Flaps 1 for departure, unless HD tells me otherwise. And let's see what we've got. HD then.
Taxi via Charlie to runway 17, Lufthansa 320.
HD, let me check that again. Takeoff weight 56.1. What have we got showing? Zero fuel weight. That is interesting, isn't it? How is zero fuel weight 59.6 and takeoff weight is 56.1? Takeoff weight 56.1. Let's run those figures again, shall we?
DC 854, contact Pristina rider on 119.175.
What's our current aircraft weight? Something's not computing, is it?
Thanks for your service. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Right, current gross weight of the aircraft is 56.2.
5556, ready for push and start.
Takeoff weight 56.1. Zero fuel weight, 59.6.
18 south, unit 1010.
Push a start approved facing south 1010 on the QNH, Skyway 5556.
Something's not correct there, is it? Checking we've got the correct aircraft. Ignore the engines. Performance factor of -10. Let's check that payload.
The Phantom 320 is ready for departure.
Any request that's been pulled in. AOC menu. Oh, wrong button. Performance weight and balance.
Takeoff, the Phantom 320.
Page 2 and load. Ah, 56.6. There we go. Now we've got it. We'd not loaded the payload in. That'll be why. Alright, let's run the init B calculations again then. So, 56.6 is now the takeoff weight. And our zero fuel weight, let's update, 59.6. Which was correct. And zero fuel weight centre of gravity is not found on the VFR map. Here's 26.9, that's fine. 26.9. Takeoff weight 65.6. 65.6. Which is what our current gross weight is. Alright, let's just check that alternate fuel. The alternate fuel is 1.7.
Austrian 6700, hello, Pristina Tower. Runway 17, number 2 continue.
That's interesting. Why am I looking at the overhead panel backwards?
5 knots, reducing on approach speed.
What on earth's happening there? That's a sim bug that I've not seen before. Okay, control 5 should take me to the McDo. And okay, do you know what? Let's let's just use the normal pilot view. How annoying! Right, performance page then. What are the numbers? HD. So what have we got? All set for a 5-knot tailwind from runway 17, flaps 1 and flex.
Contact approach 119.175. Thank you for the service. Goodbye.
Okay, so flex is 59. Flaps 1, transition altitude 6,500 feet, and V1. See what the aircraft computes it to be. 132. I like it. VR 134. Oh, 133. Let's edit that. 134. It was close. And V2. 137. 137. HD. It's getting good, isn't it? Okay. So engine out acceleration altitude is 2789. That might just get bumped up to 2790. Yes, okay, so that's fine. Okay, takeoff performance, all done. If we lose an engine, of course, non-standard is at 3 miles from Pristina, turn left, maintain V2, takeoff flaps during the first turn. Okay, hopefully that won't happen, but you never know. Alright, refueling is, as I say, that completed a while ago. Let's get bleed air on. Seatbelt signs are on. Now we can close the doors.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Great stuff. Thank you very much.
Danger Champ, is this my first time on VATSIM? Oh god, no. And transition altitude is 6,500 feet according to the VATSIM ATIS. If I will double check that though, make sure we've got that correct for you. Yeah, so transition level is 650. Either way, we've been given a climb level to flight level of 120, so we're going to be pulling standard pressure after departure. Okay, let's do our departure briefing then. So we're parked at stand 2. We are going to push back. I'm not sure which way he's going to want us to push back actually, either facing south or north depending on where he wants us to go. Taxi via Charlie, nice short departure, and taxi run after departure then. Track 150 straight out to Zaxxon.
Hello, Pristina Tower. Number 2 continuing.
So that's nice and straightforward, and a nice short taxi as well. Weather here is quite nice. Winds not too much of a problem. If anything goes wrong, we turn left, maintain green dot, keep the flaps out as well. No problem returning here, we're below the maximum landing weight. Threats to be aware of course, there is high terrain all the way around the airport, so we need to maintain that departure track. And we can just double check that that is coded in, as you can see correctly just there.
Skyways 5556, ready for taxi.
So welcome to everybody on board.
Holding port Charlie for 17, Skyways 5556.
And actually we don't have a pushback tuck here, do we? We just turn around and get ourselves out of it, so that's fine. We've already got our ATC clearance. Let's start preparing the flight deck ready for our pre-flight checks, and then we can get our taxi clearance. External ground power disconnected.
Figure 464 after Skyways CRJ 700. Pushing start is approved. Facing
And I think we've got quite a bit of traffic around us at the moment.
After the Skyways, Pushback and Startup approved, facing Charlie, QNH 1010.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. My name is Gavin, and I would like to welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft. We expect a good flight with you today, with no weather problems showing in front of us, so we should be pushing back within the next few minutes or so. For now, the ground crew have now finished loading the last of the baggage into the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, then we can make sure we can depart on time. The cabin crew will shortly be providing their safety demonstration video, so it would be appreciated if you could give them your full attention. A special welcome on board to our Easyjetsimpilot members, and if you wish to inquire about becoming a member, please contact a member of the cabin crew. All our Easyjetsimpilot members are of course entitled to free drinks throughout the flight. Thanks very much, and we'll give you an update once we're airborne.
Okay, so we can now contact air traffic control and we'll get our startup clearance. Pristina Tower Easy 34 Alpha Mike is ready for startup.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Startup is approved. QNH 1010.
Startup approved, QNH 1010 for Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so bleed is on. Let's get the rotating beacon light on. Elect time to start the timer. Acupressure is in the green. Transponder. and we'll run the before start checklist. So cockpit preparation is complete, signs are on and auto. Ideas 3 nav green, let's just double check that. There we go. Fuel quantity 6 tons and balanced. Flight management guidance system is all set, altimeter checked 1010. Windows and doors closed and armed. Rotating beacon light is on. Mobile phone is on, should be off but on, and parking brake is on. Let's start engine 1. Engine mode select to ignition and starting engine 1. Ooh, that's optimistic. When was the last time an A320 landed in Pristina? Engine number 1 is now spooling up. We'll wait for that to stabilize. Start engine 2.
Pristina Tower, Skyway is 5556, ready for takeoff.
Skyway 5556, runway 17, clear for takeoff, wind 060 degrees.
Starting engine 2.
Clear for takeoff, Skyway is 5556.
Pristina Tower, IS Serbia 43 Mike, runway vacated.
Air Serbia 43 Mike, welcome to Pristina. Taxi you stand 202 via Alpha.
Stand 202 via Alpha. Thank you.
If you check out the ground crew, I think our ground crew are all Easyjet ground crew as well, which is quite nice to have. Yeah, there you go. The Easyjet high-vis. What's the temperature here? HD 14. Did we have anti-ice on that performance?
Ladies
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets...
Anti-ice off. Fair enough.
You must adopt if you hear
14 degrees.
brace.
You just need to watch that cloud layer in Microsoft Flight Simulator, don't we?
Rear, 4 in the middle,
Taxi code point
and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest
Engine
exit
2
may be
stabilised. Engine
behind.
mode select. Norm,
In
lock
an
that flight
emergency,
deck door.
leave all cabin baggage on
APU
board.
bleed off. Anti-ice not
Your
required.
seatbelt is
APU
fastened.
off.
Adjusted and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it
Spoilers,
fastened at all
rudder,
times.
flaps 1.
If the air supply fails,
And
masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the
27.
oxygen. Put the mask over your
The
nose
trim.
and mouth. Hold in place with the strap.
So pretty much where we
Pull
are.
each
Don't need to
side
touch that.
adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your
So the
head.
after start checklist. Anti-ice is off.
Around
Ecam
your
status
waist.
checked. Pitch trim
Put
27.
together.
Rudder trim set
And
0.
pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention.
So all is good here. Let's see if we can get a
Your
permission to start the taxi. If we have a quick look outside, what's happening?
window blinds open and seatbelt fastened.
119175, Skyway 5556 today.
That's going to be our departure frequency too, 11917. So we'll use that. 119175.
All stations, controller switch change in progress, stand by for 2 minutes.
Controller change in progress. That's not going to delay us at all, is it? Well, we can use this time wisely then. Everything is running. So let's do our flight control checks. So full left, full right, neutral. Full up, full down, neutral. Rudder. Full right, full left, and neutral. Can't turn on the radars just yet, as ground crew is obviously still near, although if he doesn't move he may get sucked into an engine. We can clear that cabin sign, tell them to get sat down.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, we've been instructed by air traffic control to hold our current position for a few minutes, but we will be on our way very shortly. Thanks for your patience, and please remain seated as we prepare for departure. Thank you.
So just waiting for the tower to come back online. In fact, has he gone offline, or is there? There's just a controller change in progress, was what they said, wasn't it? They do seem to have disappeared. In which case, we can now look to probably move forward. We'll just wait. We've still got departing aircraft in front of us, but that's all right. So let's use the time wisely anyway. So the flight controls have been checked. We've done that. Let's just go over our departure briefing again. We know it's a nice short taxi out, a nice straightforward departure, and yeah, make sure we've got the constant climb gradient to make sure we hit 10,000 feet above by 21 miles. That should be straightforward. Let's just turn that on. TO config is set. And the tower's back online. Let's see if they respond to Nick. Not yet.
Climb runway 17.
So there isn't a... There is an aircraft taken off. I don't know if it took off with the clearance or not.
Gotcha, 255, Pristina Tower, good evening, runway, let me just see.
Runway 17, mate, please.
Runway 17, clear to land, the wind is 060 degrees, 4 knots.
I would have hoped he would know what runway was in use before taking over. Pristina Tower, Easy 34 Alpha Mike, stand 2, ready for taxi.
Gotcha, 255. Croatia 255.
I'm presuming the 255 aircraft is the aircraft that was on finals.
Radio check.
Croatia 255, clear to land, runway 17.
There he is. Pristina Tower, Easy 34 Alpha Mike, stand 2, ready for taxi.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, taxi holding point Charlie, runway 17.
Hold a point Charlie for runway 17, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. We can move. Okay. That looks like an interesting site, doesn't it? Just a little bit more thrust needed to get us through that turn.
Speed at 464 behind landing traffic, runway 17, line up and wait behind.
On the landing traffic, line up and wait behind.
And there's the landing traffic. Nick will get out after him. Hopefully I'll get out after that. So we're going to have to wait for this aircraft to clear and Nick, so we've got plenty of time to get all the weather radar on and all that stuff done. Okay, so let's hold that here. Let's get the... Was that the tower? Was that the tower you were saying that they were just disconnecting? Hope not. Don't think it was. So that's Nick holding steady.
464, runway 17 cleared for takeoff. Surface wind 060, 4 knots.
Brake temperatures are good.
Clear takeoff on my
Ready to get the lights on and line up when he gives us the clearance.
34 Alpha Mike behind departing traffic. Airbus A320 line up wait behind.
Line up way behind departing Speedbird 320. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so there goes Nick. Transponder on TCAS TARA. Tilt above. Before takeoff checklist. Flight controls checked. Departure briefing completed. Flaps config 1. FMA and takeoff data 132 blue. 137 magenta. Climb nav blue. 12,000 blue. 1 FD2. 59 degree flex.
Contact Pristina radar on 119.170. Have a great flight. Goodbye.
Up to 119.175.
Transponder is on. ECAM memo takeoff no blue. Electronic flight bag is stored. Cabin is secured for takeoff. Is it secured for self-loading cargo as well? It is now. Engine mode select norm. TCAS TARA tilt above. Packs are off. Anti-ice is off.
146 Zulu, ILS approach runway 17.
I hope he's far away.
Out of this 146 Zulu. Pristina Tower good, very evening. Continue approach number 1. Runway 17, wind is 060 degrees 4 knots and reduce memo approach speed.
That is a very good spot, thank you.
Number 1, runway 17, Edelweiss 146 Zulu.
Do you know what? We're going to confirm that squawk code because that can't be correct what I've got written down here. I couldn't hear the other controller. Tower Speedbird 34 Alpha Mike, could you just confirm the squawk for us, please?
Squawk 5317.
Many thanks, 34 Alpha Mike.
5313, sorry.
Squawking 5313, easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Thank you.
So we've done all our takeoff checklists. And we're just waiting for that separation. 119175 is set to standby. Two before we've got off the ground, HD. That's interesting.
Alpha Mike, runway 17, clear for takeoff, surface wind 060 degrees 4 knots.
Clear for takeoff, runway 17, easy 34 Alpha Mike. Christian will tell me when we're airborne. Right, takeoff. Start the chrono. 50% and 1. Engine stabilized. Set takeoff thrust. Man flex. SRS.
Zulu, expect late landing clearance.
You better hope I get airborne.
Roger.
$100 knots.
Check.
V1 and rotate.
Positive rate confirmed. Gear up.
Edelweiss 146 Zulu, runway 17, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 17, Edelweiss 146.
Nav.
EC34 Alpha Mike, contact Pristina radar on 119.170. Have a great flight, goodbye.
19170, easy 35 Alpha Mike, bye bye. Okay, so lowering the nose slightly and setting climb thrust. Climb thrust set. Autopilot 1 engaged. Pax 1, 2 coming on, and we'll contact. Control. Control easy 34 Alpha Mike, passing altitude 4,000 feet.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, double to Pristina radar identified, climb flight level 20.
Say again the flight level please, 34 Alpha Mike.
280.
280 for 34 Alpha Mike. Set flight level 280. Standard pressure 280 blue. Flaps 0. Ground spoilers disarmed.
Proceed direct from Marva, speedboat full control.
Correct. Lufthansa 5 and 3 leaving Kosovo zone, contact Adria radar 130.0, bye bye.
Okay, so just concentrating at the moment on the flight, guys, making sure everything does exactly what we want it to.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, proceed direct, got it.
Proceed direct Guzti, easy 34 Alpha Mike. Right, let's make sure we clear the terrain. I'm sure we shall. Direct Guzti. Yeah, we should be fine with that. Right hand turn. 3,000 feet per minute in the climb. Just check if there's any turbulence in this cloud layer. If not, we can then release the cabin crew. I do love what the FlyByWire team have done with this autopilot. So much more reliable now. And 10,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
And passing flight level 110 doesn't seem to be too turbulent. I'm happy now to get rid of the weather radar, but above that, I say it doesn't seem too turbulent. Look at that. The problem is I'm not entirely sure where that radar is tilted to. Quick check of the air traffic control that's around at the moment. We may have a fully controlled flight, guys, so air traffic control all the way, that'd be quite nice. A few bumps creeping in just there, wasn't there? It's getting a bit brighter, and there we are out of the clouds.
Radar 130.0, bye-bye.
130.00, speed of 42.
Love that little bit of wing flex that we get as well. So through the cloud layer, we could probably bring the anti-ice back off in a second. Flight level 150.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, climb flight level 260, proceed direct Mother.
Climb flight level 360, direct Mavax, easy 34 Alpha Mike.
34 Alpha Mike, 260 and direct Mother.
Confirm 260, 34 Alpha Mike.
Correct, 260.
Okay, set flight level 260 now. 260 blue and direct Mavax. And insert. Saving us a bit of time, we like that. Okay, anti-ice can come off. HD, I hope that's your autocorrect giving me a...
34 Alpha Mike, leaving Kosovo sector. Contact Adria Radar 130.0, bye-bye.
130.0, bye-bye, thank you. 130.0.
Runway 12, lot 572.
Serbia 98 Victor, approaching 140.
Serbia 98 Victor.
HD, we'd never disregard you.
And fly heading 310.
7000 feet, heading 310, confirm QNH for 98 Victor.
Digital, the autopilot, and the CRJ always wants to do that to me. Adriatic radar, EZ34 Alpha Mike, passing flight level 210, direct Mava.
Stand by, back break, Air 98 Victor, QNH 1012.
1012, Air 98 Victor.
EZ34 Alpha Mike identified, climb 360.
Flight level 360, EZ34 Alpha Mike.
Global
Set 360, confirm 360 blue.
Level 130, Global 8732. Speed at 464, direct puppies.
Direct Pabis,
That's CB, and flight level 130.
Stand flight level 130 with Air 203.
The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew.
Serbia 98 Victor.
Federico, the experimental is... I don't know if it currently has the custom flight by manager. I think that is in...
98 Victor, go ahead.
in preparation at the moment.
Victor, any chance for runway 30?
Stand by.
Airborne crossing 1,900 feet, lot 572.
Lot 572, identified climb for lot 320.
Flight level 320, lot 572.
Serbia 98 Victor, Roger, no problem, expect ILS approach, runway 30, descent 4000.
Expect ILS 30 and descend 4000, follow Pooner, Serbia 98 Victor.
And 98 Victor.
A little bit of turbulence as well just there, isn't there?
Stock.
Direct this Oscar Serbia 9 Red Whiskey. Eurowings 8988, request descent.
Eurowings 8988.
Flight level 250.
Descent flight level 130, Eurowings 8988.
826, ready for departure.
Adra 826, wind speed 280 degrees 1 knot, runway 30, clear takeoff.
Takeoff on 30.
So before we get to cruising altitude, can anyone tell me one of the things that I did wrong between the ground and where we are now? I know one of them. The other one was obviously flagged up with the transponder. So there's one more thing that I'm aware of.
Flight level 360, left flight 72.
Serbia 98 Victor via Vizok, clear ILS 30.
Via Vizok.
Hey Lucas, good to see you. So yeah, so far two things I've done wrong. One was the transponder not being set, and can anyone get the other one?
Thank you,
I'm sure HD will have spotted it. No, the packs were off, and then came back on again in a timely manner.
Good evening, Adria, German Air Force 2021 inbound Nazi, passing flight level 205 4330.
German Air Force 327.
The packs only get missed in the CRJ, Wayne.
Level 330.
Semi?
Christian, did I not say behind? Really?
Eurowings 8940, send flight level 150.
Federico, no, the standby was set.
German Air Force 2721, request flight level 350.
German Air Force 2721, roger, flight level 350.
Flight level 350, German Air Force.
Kid, yeah, we didn't get the correct squawk code in there and set it. So that's one.
No problem.
I'll reveal what I know my other one was when I get to flight level. We're still busting through some turbulence at the moment, aren't we? Coming up on flight level 300.
Adria 826 identified climb 310.
Louis, you're very welcome. Kid Panda, no, the autopilot worked exactly as it should.
Global 8732, turn left heading 300.
RB26, we use self-loading cargo.
Global 8732.
Yes, 203, descent flight level 150, question 130.
Oh, HD, that's interesting, with the specific phraseology.
Yes, 203, descent flight level 130.
In fact, now I think about it, I think you are right. I normally say line up behind the something, whatever. Line up behind speedbird 464 and wait behind.
Yes, 203, contact Pristina 119.175.
Something like that. That new RAM really is doing his business.
119 at 175 with 203.
Swiss 15 Bravo, descent altitude 7,000 feet, QNH 1009.
Descent altitude 7,000 feet and QNH 1009, Swiss 15 Bravo.
Global 87.
Flight level 320 then.
Indicated 175, increasing.
Global 732, roger. And 732, clear direct Saxon.
Correction, that's 290 and increasing.
732, roger.
HD, I'm not sure I can answer that question. What does the RAM do? Ask Dark or Christian. They know more than I do. To me, it speeds the PC up. It can make more calculations
And, yep.
per second. So really, really good for the fact that I'm streaming. So we've got so many different applications on the PC open, and it makes the calculations quicker. So, for instance, switching between views and things like that, there's no longer any stuttering. Everything is really, really nice.
Squawk 7275, call you passing 7,000 feet, Cabo Verde 664, thank you.
German wing 018, descent 7,000, QNH lead is C1008.
Descent of 7,000 feet on QNH 1008, German wings 718.
Eurowings 8988, descent altitude 8,000 feet, QNH 1008.
Descent altitude 8,000 feet and confirm it's 1008 because we have 1018 and Eurowings 8988.
Little blue arrow there doesn't look too far off the track, actually. For the top of climb.
Eurowings 8988 from I have meter from
HD, to be fair, the ATC on VATSIM normally get that spot on. Now you've said it. Yeah, that's normally what we say. Behind the landing of whatever, line up and wait behind. They always do say the behind twice. And of course, should be read back correctly.
Swiss 15 Bravo Class T1 Hotel approved, descent 2,600 feet, call me Tango.
Once we get to the climb, I'm just going to have to request a couple of minutes out of the flight deck to get my refreshments.
And can you repeat the last transmission?
Yep, descent 2,600, report Tango Alpha Zulu.
Descent 2,600 and will report
Mac
Tango
Alt Star.
Swiss 15 Bravo.
Control Cabo Verde 664, crossing 8,800 feet.
Capra 664, Roger, direct cut, T climb level 340.
Climb plate level 340, Cabo Verde 664.
And direct cut, T Kilo Alpha, Tango, Tango, India.
Yeah, 98 Victor, established silence, runway 30.
Exeter 98 Victor, wind come runway 30, clear land.
Go ahead, 0, 79 Victor, follow.
And we're at Alt. Hopefully establishing...
Director Cati, Cabo Verde 664.
Blocked.
Yankee Whiskey Romeo, descent flight level 140.
we may get held at flight level 360 here, and that's fine. We may need to update that.
Atria, very good evening, Air Polonia 79 Victor with you, flight level 350.
Polonia 79 Victor, identified. Easy 64 Alpha Mike 1380.
Confirm that was for Easy 34 Alpha Mike, please.
Correct, climb 380.
Flight level 38034 Alpha Mike, and could we possibly request 2 or 3 minutes out of the flight deck?
Confirm 2 or 3 or 23?
3 minutes out of the flight deck for 34 Alpha Mike.
Roger, approved.
Thank you, we'll report back. Okay, so
we've
we've set 380 and 380 blue. I will be back in just a couple of minutes whilst that... So there we go, thrust climb, aircraft will take care of that. And I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes.
German wings 018 descent 4,000.
Descent altitude 4,000 feet,
Walk 7, Ocean Walk 572, Uniform 16.
Yeah, Nico 1 to simulate, thank you very much, bye-bye, Alpha 72.
Apple and 79 and Victor would be away from the cockpit for 1 to 0 minutes. That's okay.
79 and Victor, perfect.
Thank you.
KLM 419, contact Vienna 132.6.
Contact Vienna 132.6.
Swiss 15 Bravo, Tango Alpha Zulu.
Swiss 15 Bravo, approach wind calm, runway 32 clearance.
Wind calm, runway 32 or 14, we request 14, 15 Bravo.
Papa 15 Bravo, my apologies. Report right down with 14.
We report right down with 14 to 15 Bravo.
Roger, 39 distance, 4000, QNH 1009.
4000 QNH 1009, yes.
Adria, good evening, inline 402, with you on 370, inbound
40 to identify. The question gearing 8988T. And 5,000.
You said RC 5,000 feet, Euro wings 8988.
Euro wings 8940 and 8,000 feet, QNH east, 1008.
Say again, Euro wings.
Oh, and I'm back with you.
Descent 8,000, QNH 1008.
Check that climb, Mac Alt Cruise. HD, you were in charge of monitoring that. Easy 3-4 Alpha Mike is back with you.
Roger Delta, and 3-4 Alpha Mike, Unicom now, 1 to 3.
Over to Unicom, thanks for the service. 3-4 Alpha Mike, bye-bye.
Yeah, break, speed bar 464, Unicom, 1 to 8.
Up to Unicom, 1 to 2, that's right, taxi ATC, bye.
Tomjet 197, when ready, flight all, question descent, flight all 210.
210, ready, Tomjet 197.
Right, and then we've got probably about 50 miles or so just to relax a little bit, have a look at the approach, and then starting the descent. It's not the longest flight, but that's alright, we don't mind that.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
That's great. I've just managed to go and grab myself a couple of custard cream biscuits from the galley while I was disappearing back there, so that's quite nice. So what have I missed in the chat? HD, what are you on about? Out of 1.2 for 6. What on earth does that mean? That's some sort of oceanic clearance. Clearly I've not been paying attention to the chat, which is probably a good thing until we get to cruising level. So now I'm with you. I don't think I've ever used the phrase "in the box" before. So let's have a look at our tower approach then. So what we need to do as well is check the coding for this. Make sure this all matches up as it should. So we've got Amzor, Bento, and then from Bento we've got the Pomiglano VOR, which is the approach fix, as we can see, and that's 16 miles. Then 9.6 miles is 5.6 the next one. Oh no, then we go to DME, 10 DME from Naples. So that's fine. Let's have a look at the ILS frequency. We need to make sure that's in the box. Quotation marks. And oh no, I've just spilled custard creams all over the flight deck. Dope. Could have been worse, could have been hot tea. So before we do that, let me double check we've got the correct information. So ATIS is not available, that means it may not be controlled. Either way, let's have a look at the weather. We've got QNH of 100.8, and the winds are 190 at 3, so 190 at 3, yeah, that's going to be ILS 24 then, isn't it? So ILS runway 24, frequency is 109.5, elevation is 223, missed approach is proceed and climb to 6,000 feet, cross Java at or above 4,000 feet. Haslegen, no problem at all, my friend. Really glad that's been helpful to you. Okay, so ILS approach is 3.3 degree glide path, and just have a look, it's a little bit more of a step down. You're limited to the altitude you can descend to, and that's shown clearly here on the descent profile. So at Bento we want to be 7,000 down to 5,960 miles from Naples, and then as you can see 4,900, and then the platform altitude 3,770. Now that's not something you can set on the autopilot, so 3,800 for that. Transition altitude is 8,000 feet. Minimum safe altitude is where coming in is 8,400 feet, and our missed approach climb gradient decision height is going to be 540. And visibility is about, was it 9,000? Just check that. 9,000. Right, so we'll get the different VORs in the RadNav page in a second. trying to spot what HD is referring to. There's a big threat, apart from the obvious hills. We're obviously going to have a slight crosswind as well as we come in. Crosswind from the left as we land. Let's just check where we are as well. Don't want to be too late in starting that descent. How far away are we? We're about 160 miles. So radnav page, need to get that in now at POM. Check that frequency is correct, 117.85, that's right. Uh, 7,000 feet at 90 miles HD. I'm guessing we want to make sure we're perhaps configured slightly earlier. We don't want to be too fast at that point. We've obviously got a slightly steeper descent rate, and it's that step down. It's not a continuous descent profile, is it? Approach. You may have to help us all out there, unless anybody else can spot what HD is referring to. I'll just bring that chart up again quickly. Oh, fair dues. So the speed thing, presumably HD, that's what you were referring to. The fact that we're actually going to be high. I did flag up the steeper approach than normal quite early on, but yeah, the fact that we're going to be much higher than we'd normally like to be by that point. We want to be flaps 2 and 180 knots by bento. Right, how far away are we anyway from bento? Let's pop that in. $159 miles away. Check that radnav page. 109.5, that is correct. And just confirm the star we're on again. It is the Amzor 1 Victor. And once we actually pick that up, this star takes us into the takes us straight in down onto the ILS quite nicely. So at that point then, HD, if we can actually intercept the localizer, do we perform the step down approach, or if we intercept the glide slope, does that mean that we can continue down the glide slope, or do you have to go through the step downs because of the terrain? I'll let HD answer that. Looking at that profile, I would imagine, because it's a slightly steeper descent, we could potentially continue all the way down the glide slope. But the minimum safe altitude is, what, 8,400 feet, isn't it? And just need to watch that. As we go down, Micro Simulations, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good evening. Just going to send one more weather request off there, get the latest one, and we'll pop that in. And send. Digital mate, did you get back up and running, or did you have to cry off after your aircraft attempted to kill you? Minimum safe altitude 25 miles west. Right, well, as we come in, minimum off route altitude is 11,100, I think. Uh, 8,900 actually. There we go. Hang on, just bring that in. 8,900, and then actually shows us 7,100 there. So we realistically want to get almost a continuous descent down to get that nicely. That is where VNav would come in quite handy. Before Bento, it's 7.2. In fact, what does that mean? HD? Amzor. Have a look at that. In fact, why have we got two Amzors? I'm presuming that's unknown. However, of course, we've got the waypoint above it, which says 5.6. That seems rather low. How far are we away? 127 miles. We'll most certainly have the terrain radar on for our descent, given that we're literally coming in over the mountains. We're going to be at Amzor, actually at we're 116 miles away from Amzor. In fact, what I will do as well, just realised I haven't popped that into the chat, so if anyone does want a copy of that, so 7.2 and then minimum safe altitude off the approach chart when we're within 25 miles. So we don't want to descend early. I think it's the key to that. Don't descend early. Keep an eye on that profile. Alright, so what's the weather doing? Let's get that into the approach phase. Christian, you want to see a nice economical thrust idle? Right, so performance. QNH 1008. temperature is +16. Wind 190 at 3. Transition altitude is 8,000 feet. And the barrow is 540. I love how HD is just like our training captain on here. He's brilliant. Okay, we're about 100 miles away then from Amsor at the moment, so we can look to start that descent down. And I'm going to set 8,000 feet for our descent, which is also the transition altitude.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear and the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjetsimpilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to set altitude 8,000 feet, open descent, local pressure 1008, thrust idle open descent 8,000 blue, and we'll watch and monitor that rate of descent all the way down. 8,000 feet is also above the minimum safe. Yeah, HD, why do you think I set it? That was my plan. Aviation 19, you've just cleared 100 gig off your PC. What on earth did you have on your PC? Or don't we want to know? Lucas, no, I never did mention what the second thing wrong that I did was. I didn't turn on the taxi light. Right, so weather and landing information is received. Flight management guidance computer is all set. Landing elevation is 223 feet. We've done our extensive arrival briefing. Thank you to HD for that. And we're going to have the ground radar on as well. HD, what's that emoji? Right, thick cloud layer to descend through. Let's get that ice on. Federico, your community folder is about 300 gig. Good lord. Okay, we've got local pressure set on the standby as well. Ecam status is all good.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So, much as we would like to enjoy these beautiful views, I really do want to monitor this rate of descent. So, 73 miles away, and at Amswell I want to be at 8,000 feet. From there we've got 11 miles to get down to 7,000 feet and be slowing to 180 knots. Dave, you just had an email from Mako Simulation saying they've released an update from Manchester. I think Mako's in the chat, isn't he? Unless he's disappeared. He was there a couple of minutes ago. Lestat, what's the minimum length runway the A320 can land on? That's a great quiz question, isn't it? Depends on the weight. Depends on the weight, depends on the weather, depends on the winds. Ballpark figure, about 1,800 meters. Correct us if I'm wrong, HD. Not sure I'd feel confident on any shorter than that. 17 maybe? Hello, there's Mako Simulations. There we go. We're going to have to fly back to Manchester. The last time I went to Manchester, Mako Simulations, and this was nothing to do with your scenery, the computer just froze up. It became a slideshow. HD, if you can squeeze it into 1,000 meters, how do you take off again? Mark Carter, no, we're reading you loud and clear. Right, so ATIS, not ATIS. Air traffic control. Do we have 124.2 coming up? Let's get that on the standby. Two, 4, 2. I'll use a bit of speed brakes, get that rate of descent down just a little bit more. What are we, 56 miles away? Oh, Combrick, what's 4,500 feet in English, in meters?
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we've just begun our final descent into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons, we ask now that you please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we have landed. Please note that the aircraft toilets are now out of use. If you wish to become a Easyjetsimpilot channel member, please contact a member of your cabin crew who will be happy to assist you. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed your flight.
54,000 inches. Yeah, that's a man's sums, isn't it? Washington to Orlando, RB26. How long does that take? That's not that long a flight, is it, actually? What is it, about 2.5, 3 hours? And there we go, 124.2. Control Easy34 Alpha Mike, passing flight level 190 for for altitude 8,000 feet, direct Amzor.
Camarada Flight Italy 991X3, any chance of direct Binfu?
Direct Bento, yeah, we can do that for you. Easy34 Alpha Mike.
Uno alla volta. Easy34 Alpha Mike, squawk 5511.
Keep forgetting
Flight Italy 991X. If you have a good rate of descent 5,000 feet. If you want, proceed direct Bimpo.
Many thanks, direct Bimpo with a good rate of descent.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, squawk now and confirm we can go direct Bento.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, for the moment proceed direct Amsor.
Continue direct Amsor for now, Easy34 Alpha Mike.
Roma Flight Italy 1 Tango Bravo, we are ready for descent.
Flight Italy 1 Tango Bravo, descent flight level 80.
Descent level 80, Flight Italy 1 Tango Bravo.
Roma Center, Lufthansa 320, request taxi.
Lufthansa 320, taxi, stand 18 via Romeo, Quebec, ciao.
Taxi 18 via Romeo, Quebec, thanks for the ATC, goodbye.
Fox Papa Alpha 76, descent flight level 330 and turn right direct Giano.
So I've just slowed us down a little bit as I'm expecting us to get that little shortcut to Bento. It shouldn't really take off that many track miles. We're coming in from the west anyway, but will help us make that. So still defending now at about 2,500 feet per minute, that's fine.
464, proceed direct Bento, descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1007.
Direct Bento, descend to 7,000 feet on QNH 1007, 044.
L'Italia 1606, expect Latina 3 Alpha arrival, 4 LS Whiskey 16 left.
So as well, what we should have talked about is what we do after we arrive. Vacate to the left.
16 left, Alitalia 1606.
So let's get the seatbelt lines on and run the approach checklist.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, descent flight level 110.
Flight level 110 for 34 Alpha Mike. Set flight level 110, set standard pressure, and 110 blue. So approach checklist minimum set, both sides, engine mode select norm, and the electronic flight bag is stowed.
Flight 991 X-ray after being put direct Labro, descent 3,500.
Aviation 19, we're on the developer version.
Zulu 25, report established.
And 3,000 feet, thank you, flight.
Lucas, thank you very much, sir, for your kind donation there. Lucas says, just want to say thanks for all the time. Always have entertainment for your travel home. Still waiting for the Canada flight. We'll do a long haul Canada flight, I promise, Lucas. We will do. Right, so how far are we away? About 30 miles. About 40 miles out.
Fly Italy 261 ready for descent.
Flight Italy 261, descent flight level 90.
Roger, descent
I put the LS button on for you now, HD. I'll be honest, I probably would not have put it on as soon as that, but I guess that's just me. He's going to keep me high, so let's try and get a little bit slow, shall we? Speed Alt Star, 11,000 feet coming up.
Control, Buenos Aires, Cabo Verde 664.
Cabo Verde 664, Roma, ciao, squawk 5512 and Ida.
Squawking 5512, Cabo Verde 664.
And here we are at 11,000 feet.
Cabo Verde 664, identified the procedure at Gino.
Return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured.
Cabo Verde 664 proceeding directed to position Ginox. Cabo Verde 664.
Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Oh, Christian, don't say that. I don't know if there's not even a published hold at Bento, is there? Oh, there's a H on it. There could be. If it is, I'm going to ask him what it is, because I can't see it on my charts. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, I can. Inbound track 56 and 236. Oh, well, that could be interesting.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1007.
7,000 feet, 1007 QNH, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. 7,000, 1007 QNH, thrust idle, open descent, 7,000 blue.
Roma, Flight Italy 1 Tango Bravo.
Go ahead, 1 Tango Bravo.
Roma, Flight Italy 1 Tango Bravo, any chance to have DIMPU after Iblet?
Flight Italy 1 Tango Bravo, if you have good rate of descent, proceed.
HD, did I say altitude 11,000? Oh, shucks. I even did the FMA calls correctly.
1008,
as far as I was aware.
5,000 feet, direct DIMPU will maintain a good rate of descent, Flight Italy 1 Tango Bravo, grazie.
Flight Italy 261, descent flight level 80.
AMSOR minimum is 5.6, but Bento is 7.2, so we don't want to be...
Easy 120, wind Catania 280, 5 knots.
But descent is below that minimum?
Zulu 08, or you prefer 26?
I prefer 26 and Airnav Zulu 26, please. Easy 120.
Okay. Report ready for descent.
So I've just gone into VS mode there, so we don't descend too much.
Report for descent, expect Airnav Zulu 26, Easy 120. Thank you.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, after AMSOR proceed Bento.
After AMSOR proceed Bento, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. That's what we've got in anyway, so it's okay.
1606, report ready for descent.
We report ready for descent, Alitalia 1606.
Okay, performance, we're going to activate that approach phase as we're in VS. Go managed.
Heading 280, Alitalia 1606.
Start slowing us down to green dot. Get those flaps out. In fact, where is that taking us? That is not taking us direct Bento.
Flight Elite 61, if possible, we request beam.
I'm going to fly in heading because I know there's a sim bug. If I go direct bento, there's a chance it could delete the entire flight plan. I don't want to do that.
Flight Elite 261, standby.
So we're just going to fly in heading mode for now.
Roma Radar, buonasera, November 122 Sierra Zulu at Perugia, no information, request clearance to Florence, please.
I've set 7,200.
Traffic in
We'll hold that.
Standby.
Alt star.
To station.
And from here, let's try. We go direct bento. Check that's correct. There we go. Let's go back into nav. Alt nav. And slowing down. So flaps 1. And we're now direct bento 11 miles. $7,000 blue.
November 122 Sierra Zulu Perugia, there is no traffic. Squawk 1000, proceed at your discretion, call me when airborne.
Alt star.
Roger that, Squawk 1000, and we'll call when airborne, November 122 Sierra Zulu.
122 Sierra Zulu, QNH 1007.
9 miles from bento.
Speedbird 464 is established.
Speedbird 464, we can clear to render runway 24.
It's land takeoff, 444.
Was there a 9.5? Was hoping to see that. We may just be a little bit too high at the moment to find that.
Could you give me the star for Palermo, please?
Foxtrot Alpha 76, yes. Jano 3 Lima arrival for LS Zulu 25.
Jano to Lima arrival, runway 025. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Jano 3 Lima.
Jano 3 Lima.
And we're about 26 miles out.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, after Bento clear LS Zulu 24, report established.
Clear ILS 24 Zulu will report established. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so localizer is alive.
06, descent flight level 180.
Descent flight level 180, Italy 1606.
Lock blue. And if we don't get any glide slope, we need to go down to 5,900 by 16 miles. And that's 16 miles from POM, which is this one on the left. There's lock star, so lock capturing at the moment. Okay, so flaps 2, speed check flaps 2.
Flight 1 Tango Bravo, after beam to descent 3,500 feet, proceed the Labro and clear LS 25, report established.
After beam to 3,500, clear ILS Zulu runway 25, we report established, flight 1 Tango Bravo.
So we set speed to 180 knots.
Flight 261, you approved Iblet Bimpo.
Roger, approved Iblet then Bimpo.
Excuse me.
261, descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1007.
Roger, descent 5,000, QNH 1007, flight elite 261.
261 correction, 1008.
1008, flight elite 261.
Oh, there we go. Glide slope is now alive. So approach, and we're on.
Flight 391 X-ray run vacated, going to descend, thank you.
glide slope capture.
Flight 991 X-ray, taxi to standard church via Mike and Romeo.
Showing Cat 1
Mike and Romeo, grazie mille.
at the moment because we're not in managed
Ciao,
speed.
con Palermo.
Glide slope.
Italia 1606,
Let's
contact Rome.
let them know that we're established as well, shall we?
125.5, ciao.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike established.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, Roger. Continue approach number 2, proceeding traffic 15 miles ahead. Okay, Airbus 320.
Continue approach number 2, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. HD, I love the fact, I know the stream's delayed, but I love the fact that, there we go, Cat 3 single, Autopilot 2 coming on. Autopilot 1 and 2, Cat 3 dual. Yeah, I love the fact that we pulled the speed bug for 180, just as you said it, and then we set the missed approach just before you said it, by about 5 seconds both times.
12162, ma ormai sono al parcheggio, grazie.
So radar altimeter is alive. We know we've got terrain beneath us. Wow. Toby, no, it shouldn't be an auto land. Okay, so into managed speed now. Let's start slowing that aircraft down. I've also got a replay of this as well, guys, so once we've landed we'll disconnect from VATSIM and we'll enjoy the beautiful scenery around the aircraft.
Roma Radar, November 122 Sierra Zulu, airborne, following the Lacock 5X departure.
Number 122 Sierra Zulu, climb your level 100.
Climb 100 to Sierra Zulu.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, clear to land runway 24, wind calm.
Wind calm. Clear to land runway 24, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Italy 1 Tango Bravo, wind 120 for knots, clear to land runway 25.
1205, clear to land 25, flight 31 Tango Bravo.
Okay, so we're around about 9.5 miles out. There we go, we can see some runway lights. So about 900 feet per minute at the moment.
Runway 76, I'm on my top of descent.
So it's a slightly steeper approach than normal.
Also Alpha 76, descent flight level 80.
I'm really looking forward to the replay of this. Presuming everything goes well from here on in, that is. Okay, let's get the anti-ice off. Don't need those. Let's start configuring. So, landing gear down, speed check, flaps 3, ground spoilers armed, and lights on. Ding the cabin.
Seabird 464, okay. Taxi to standard church, welcome Napoli. Bye bye.
Okay, configured nice and early, so flaps full. And let's run the landing checklist. Cabin is secured. Auto thrust speed. Go around altitude 6000 set. ECAM memo landing no blue.
Good evening, Roma Tower. This is Turkish 6 Bravo Echo.
Turkish 6 Bravo Echo, ciao, Roma Radar. Squawk 5513.
Landing no clue.
Say again, please.
6 Bravo Echo, set Squawk 5513.
Squawk 5513. Turkish 6 Bravo Echo.
So, 1,000 feet coming up. There we go, 1,000 feet. Autopilot 1-2 disengaged. I have control. Cat 1. Wind's calm.
Roma Radar, Mike Bravo 6126.
Bravo 6126 Roma, avanti.
Looks like a very thin runway from here, doesn't it?
Trovo a circa 10 miglia dall'aeroporto di Punta Ravisi. È possibile chiedere un touch and go?
Per il momento mantenete lì sul capogallo a 1000
Continue.
piedi.
Land.
Abbiamo traffico di ferro in avvicinamento.
Di Mike Bravo 6126.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
And spoilers. Reverses.
Request the descent.
Easy 120, descent flight level 110.
70 knots. Reverses off.
Descent flight level 110, Easy 120.
Flight Italy 1 Tango Bravo, mi raccomando, contatti la ground 12160, ciao.
12160 con la ground Flight Italy 1 Tango Bravo, ciao, grazie.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign.
Flight Italy 261, descent 3,500 feet, turn right direct Labru, CLS 25, report established.
All your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket.
Roger, direct Labru, descend 3,000 feet, report established. Flight
Opening the lockers
361.
in case anything falls out.
Mike Bravo 6126, dove si trova non va bene. Proceda diretto per una prua 270.
Okay, so when we can get a word in, we'll just let them know we've vacated.
Riporti sotto vento destra 25.
Facebook page, Twitter, or
Go
Easyjet.
270, riporto sotto vento, pista 25, Mike Bravo 6126.
Easy 3 for Alpha Mike vacated runway 24.
007.
Ok, grazie.
Not sure if you heard us, I think we may have been blocked. Easy 3 for Alpha Mike vacated runway 24.
Easy 3 for Alpha Mike, welcome Napoli, taxi to stand at your choice. Bye bye.
Standard choice, thank you, bye bye.
6 Bravo Echo.
Oh, where shall we go? Looks like it's quite busy here, doesn't it?
7,000 feet, QNH 1007.
So we'll check out the replay because there's some lovely scenery coming in over on that.
0700 direct to Bento. Turkish 6 Bravo Echo.
Let's get that taxi light off. stand of choice. I have no idea where this is. Okay, we'll park up and then we'll check out the replay. There we go. Right, so I'm going to have to say goodbye to everyone on VATSIM that flew with us. There we go. Big thank you to all of you guys. You guys obviously got there way before me, but we're going to watch the approach, which looked really, really nice from what I could tell. So I'm sure these passenger views are going to look very, very good. So let me just stop the recording. Disconnect from VATSIM, get rid of self-loading cargo. I've just opened self-loading cargo up. It said minus 89 feet per minute for the landing rate. Let's close that down. Okay, so let's just jump in. And let's watch that replay. So I'm just going to load that up. That just takes a second. It also puts the time to real time as well. So let me just wind that back. Something like there will do. And let's hit play. Just cancel some of the alarms that sometimes play on the replay as well. So we'll just skip forward a little bit. Here comes that ILS coming in. Alright, let's hit play. This for me is one of the best bits of Flight Sim 2020, being able to watch these sort of window replays. These graphics look phenomenal. Comlink, all I do is I turn off the ground proximity warning alarms and things like that. Otherwise, because technically the aircraft now isn't configured for landing, it is from a replay point of view, but because the fly-by-wire systems are quite detailed, a lot of ground proximity warning alarms would start to come off and cause havoc. So yeah, I just turn those off. So that was that cloud layer that we had to get through before we could see the runway, which was nice. So you guys flying it with me today, did you do it on? Did you do it at night? Did you do it on lifetime? Obviously, I have done it on daytime just for a little bit of scenery gazing. So if you have enjoyed the stream, please do hit the like button on the stream before disappearing. That would be most appreciated. And of course, if you've enjoyed the flight in general, then please do consider subscribing to the channel as well. And similar, thank you very much, sir, for your donation. I missed that 9 minutes ago. We were a little bit busy, but thank you very, very much for that. Chumi, you went on to daytime as well. RSMBT, MTB, what is the most realistic real-to-life cockpit view? Oh, I don't know. I don't think the A320 is that bad. What is that down there? That looks like a massive industrial estate, doesn't it? Whatever it is, it looks very well modelled from up here. No custom scenery. It's all default. Wayne, we're convinced that dislike is HD, just to let us know he's there. HD, not a big debrief. I'm very pleased to hear that. I feel sorry for you writing those essays. Was that a car manufacturing site? Ah, very good. can tell you've landed here several times before, HD. And probably uttered the same question first time round, yeah? What is that? Christian, the clouds are ruining the mountain view. Well, what we'll do, I like to have a good long approach here on the left, and then after landing we'll spin over and have a look on the, for those of you sat on the right hand side as well. Not quite as far, of course. Looking absolutely stunning as always. Since I've introduced the new RAM, I've not tweaked the graphics settings either, to be fair. We're still running the same graphics settings as before. I might experiment a little bit with increasing them, but I'm very happy with how the simulator's performing at the moment, and I'm sure you'll agree. I don't think it looks bad at all. That looks like another major industrial complex, with maybe a train line in there as well, train station, and a turning circle for the cars. If you change the date to 43, we might see the volcano erupt. You could do that on some of the old Microsoft simulators, couldn't you? You could do stuff like that, and if you went pre, what was it, 1990 or 1983, something like that, if you went over Germany, the Berlin Wall was still there, that stuff. Don't quote me on that date, by the way, I'm terrible with history dates. Nick, you're on the 10k countdown, I see. Let's have a quick check on that. So what are we at? Wow, we're actually at 9,966. 44 to go. 44 to go. I get really deflated when some people you see in various forums and things complaining about graphics and how the buildings aren't realistic and lifelike. I mean, come on, look at this. Maybe they haven't experienced Microsoft Flight Simulator 95. There comes the middle marker. We heard the outer marker a few moments ago. And HD, I know that you've been here, obviously done this in the real world. How close to reality does it look? Although I'm guessing you're not sat looking out the passenger window at the time, but just just from as we can see. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not that I get too bogged down with touchdown rates. I'm not sure that was over 350. Okay, I'm going to pause that. I'm going to quickly rewind, and then we'll have a short approach on the right-hand wing. So let me just pause that and just go back to where we pre-touchdown. There we go. All those flight surfaces setting back to where they were, and have a look on the right hand side. 99.99%. That's good enough for us wanting to live out our virtual aviation careers. No, you get to catch a live stream in the afternoon in the US. Yeah, well, I did do a sort of a poll, didn't I? Not so long ago, for those of you that caught that, asking, as this channel starts to grow, what's your preferred streaming time? And a lot of people said in the evening, which is absolutely fine for me. So that's good. So HD, we're looking for a roundabout just before the runway on the right hand side. We might see that from the cabin view, which I'll finish the stream with shortly. fact that a lot of the roads are elevated as well, as you can see just there. That's a massive thing. Oh, HD, those were the days, yeah, when you could actually go into the flight deck. No, B, you did vote, but you chose morning for me. What time would that have been for you in America? You crazy thing. Oh, Lucas, no problem, mate. Great to see you on board for another flight. Britannia Airways. Yeah. One of the airways I grew up watching. Britannia, Air 2000. Sabina, of course. Sabina. UK Air, was it? I used to have the scanner to hand, sat there watching the aircraft coming into Manchester. My parents, we lived on the flight route, so every aircraft that came in over the Humber estuary that way, we saw all of those. And of course, it was the days before flight radar. You had to kind of guess which aircraft it was you were listening to when you saw it. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for everyone for watching again another live stream here on the Easyjetsimpilot channel. A massive thank you to those of you that have subscribed. If you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. We're so close to hitting 10,000, and I've got a really great stream planned for that, for when that happens. I'm going to leave you with one final replay. Big thank you to all of you that have donated and contributed to the channel, and of course, as always, a massive thanks to the channel members for your continued support, and of course to HD as well. Hope you've enjoyed the flight this evening. I shall be back next time, and I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye bye.
$2,500. $2,500. $2,500. $1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.